Hello, friend. I am glad you are here. Today, let's explore who wrote the Gospel of Mark and what makes its message and style unique. Mark was also called John Mark. It was common for Jewish people to have both a Hebrew or Aramaic name and a Roman or Greek name. John was his Jewish name, and Mark was his Roman name. Mark was not one of the 12 apostles. His mother owned a home in Jerusalem where early believers safely gathered to pray during the early days of persecution. Mark had a very special family connection. He was a cousin of Barnabas. Barnabas was a respected leader in the church, and his name actually means son of encouragement. He lived up to that name. He was generous, uplifting, and played a huge role in supporting new believers. Barnabas traveled with the Apostle Paul on missionary journeys to spread the good news, and he brought Mark along with him. The good news or gospel is that Jesus came to save us through his life, death, and resurrection, offering forgiveness and eternal life to all who believe. During one of those mission trips, Mark left and returned home, which later caused some tension between Paul and Barnabas. Over time, Mark grew stronger in his faith and ministry, and later even Paul called him profitable for the ministry. Mark had a close relationship with the Apostle Peter. In 1 Peter 5:13, Peter calls him my son, likely meaning a spiritual son. Mark's gospel is essentially Peter's eyewitness account of Jesus' ministry, written down so others could hear the story straight from someone who walked with Jesus. That explains why Mark's writing often feels like you are hearing it from someone who was actually there. The Gospel of Matthew was written mainly for Jewish readers. Matthew's focus is to show that Jesus is the promised Messiah and King, the fulfillment of the law and the prophets. The Gospel of Mark, on the other hand, was written mainly for Gentiles, especially Romans. Gentiles are people who are not Jewish, basically anyone outside the Jewish community or nation in the Bible. The Gentiles were not as familiar with Jewish traditions, so Mark doesn't dwell on genealogies or extended teaching sections. You will see the word straightway or immediately again and again as the story moves quickly from one miracle or moment to the next. Mark's focus is on the things Jesus did, all showing him as both the servant and the Son of God. Where Matthew feels like a carefully arranged teaching manual, Mark feels like a fast-moving ministry report. Together, these two Gospels give us a fuller picture of Jesus, the promised King and the powerful servant. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our journey through the Gospel of Mark. Thank you for watching, friend. Keep shining, and I will see you next time.